Here's a quick 2-minute rundown of one of my favorite commander decks at the moment. It's Tayam, Luminous, Enigma, which is really just an excuse to use and abuse Insidious Roots. Insidious Roots means that whenever you have a creature card that leaves your graveyard, you get to create plant tokens and all your existing plants get bigger. There's a bunch of ways to abuse it, like Tortured Existence and using creature cards that give the plant tokens haste, like Concordant Crossroads and Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. And there's just a lot of ways to protect yourself in this deck, as well as protect the combo, tutor out the pieces that you need for the combo, and you can either swing face for all of the tokens that you're making, or if you really just want to be efficient about it, you can get back Altar of Dementia from your graveyard and mill everybody out. Along with that, and all the pieces that you need to mill people out at the table, you have a lot of options to mill yourself and to get cards out of your graveyard. Getting Bojuka Bogged in this deck is rough, but it's one of the things that I think it can actually battle through pretty well, because there's a lot of redundancy and ways to mill yourself out, like Hermit Druid, all the good dredgers like Life of the Loam, Shambling Shell, Stinkweed Imp, Golgari Grave Troll, and Golgari Thug. You have some really useful ramp pieces like Arcane Signet, Orzhov Signet, and Golgari Signet, mostly leaning into black, since that's what a lot of this deck is revolving around, mostly because it's all graveyard shenanigans, with a kind of a soft splash of green and white as well. There's a lot of creatures that get themselves out of the graveyard, Avenger of Zendikar to close out games, Cannonball to close out the games using the drain from the tokens, a whole bunch of +1/+1 synergies, because Tayam is useful in getting creatures and getting permanents out from the graveyard, but you need to be able to remove counters from your creatures and counters from your permanents first. So there's a few synergies for that, a few synergies for your tokens, a few solid pieces of removal like Fell the Profane and Assassin's Trophy, Stroke of Midnight. Haywire Might and Cathar Commando are great because you can keep recycling them since they're on creatures. Removal on creatures is really good in this deck. And the land base is pretty straightforward. It's the three two-colored temples, the Scry, the Surveil lands, and Conduit Pylons to help you surveil and fill up your graveyard wherever you can. Your mana base that taps for three colors wherever you can get it. Gabony Township to put +1/+1 counters in your whole board. Mortuary Mire to get creatures out, 3 Tree City naming plants, you can turbo out your combo towards the late game, and a few basics for the cards that you need to fetch basics out with. It's a super fun deck. If you like convoluted combos and like making a whole bunch of plant tokens and messing around with both tokens and counters, I highly recommend the deck.